Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. It's Maggie. This is Moon Directed. Welcome to the channel where we work with the energies to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I want to take a moment to thank everyone for 2020, for the love, for just being there, and the emails of concern as I was on my healing journey. Everything. It was amazing. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for still being subscribed, even though I was gone for so much of it. I really appreciate that. And if you are a subscriber, I would like to invite you to be sure to hit the notification bell and select all so that you will know when I go live, which I do every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From 7:30 until 9, we do Moon Day Night Live, where we pull cards for every sign of the zodiac, and then we do Q&A. I pull cards for whoever's in the chat and has a question. This week on the 21st, we're going to be looking at the energy of this gateway that we're walking through as we're walking in through the age of Aquarius. So I have a very special deck that we're going to be pulling from for that. And then on the 28th, that I'm going to dedicate to doing health, wealth, love, and destiny for 2021. It will be for each of the signs, and then anyone who's in the chat, I will stay as long as I possibly can. I'm sure we're going to go over time on that one so that I can pull those same set of cards for anybody that wants me to. So it's kind of like that mini what's up with 2021 for me reading. So if you'd like to be there for that, I would really, let's party. That's what it feels like. It feels like it could be a really nice New Year's Eve kind of party on the 28th. So come and hang out with me for that. And then also check out on my community page, I put a video up there explaining a little bit more in detail about the course I'm going to be offering. It is Discovering Your Destiny. It starts January 9th and it runs all the way through June 19th. We'll meet once a week and we will deep dive into your personal charts. We will look at the asteroids and the degrees that things are at, and you're going to come out of there knowing more about you than you thought was possible. We're going to look at your numerology. We're going to figure out what you're here for. You incarnated at this inflection point in history. This is a great moment to be here to facilitate change for the planet Earth. And so we volunteered and we showed up here for a reason. So if you want to have a little more insight on what that is, and we're going to use the energy of the moon cycles. The class is nestled between these two eclipse cycles, so we can really use that energy and push our way through and to start laying the foundation for the pathway forward for us individually and collectively. So it promises to be very interesting. I don't know what all we're doing yet because Spirit's like, well, we got other stuff in mind. So it'll be really interesting for all of us. And so come along and join me for that. It's very affordable. I tried to make it as affordable as possible. So check that out. And if you would like to do that, send me an email so that I can get you on the list. So what I just did while I was talking was, oh, wow, shuffle out some cards for you, Leo. This is amazing. Okay, so first off, this video is for the 21st of December through the 27th. And so the 21st, big day. There's so much stuff going on, right? That's that gateway day. That is where Saturn and Jupiter are at 0 degrees walking into Aquarius. This is the gateway to the age of Aquarius right here. In my opinion, not everyone says so. I do. Okay. The Spirit goes, we told you. Okay, so there's that. All right, so this is an energy of evolution, but it will be created through the energy of revolution. Through our willingness or unwillingness to make changes are still going to happen. And so it is through these changes that we're going to shift the energy and we're going to elevate. Kind of cool, right? So what is our part in it? And I wanted to get a card for you to help you. So that moment is 1:21, by the way, 1:21 p.m. on 12/21. That's a lot of ones and a lot of twos. Really. Okay, that's Eastern Standard Time. So what you have is the legacy of love. And so this is the maiden, the mother, and the wise one, because I won't use the other term. I don't like it. Okay, the maiden, the mother, and the wise one. And I was listening to this thing this morning, and the Earth Keepers are doing a summit, and one of the things that they said was there are only three species on the planet where the grandmother lives, where she still exists. Because once a species has moved through its reproductive phase, nature will take it out because it's no longer necessary. But whales and dolphins are keepers of ancient knowledge and wisdom. They are keepers of wisdom, knowledge from before we remember time. Before, back at the original golden age, like they are the keepers. When that energy shifted, when Atlantis was sinking and all that, it was the whales and the dolphins that saved the knowledge and the information, and they still keep it. And the third species is human, because we were supposed to be immortal. It's what we came here to be, which we actually are. We just change bodies a lot. So the wisdom from experience. How do you bring about change? By tapping into what you know from life experience in this lifetime, and that innate knowledge and understanding, that stuff you feel from the heart space and your communication with spirit. So the whales always make me think of the Akashic records. It is a record of every lifetime you have ever had. Wow. Okay, I just heard past, present, and future. Since all time happens at once, that's really mind-blowing, and I'm like, my mind, hold on, it's trying to catch up with what I just heard. Okay, so that knowledge and that seems right, because we have choices, we have free will, and so I feel like, so how does that work? Like, okay, so you have these, it has all the from the future. So, but what if we make a different choice? And so it's almost like there's timelines up there for every option, and up there, wherever that is, in the ethers, and then should you make this choice? Well, in another timeline, are you making the other choice, or does that one just get deleted? I don't know. I'm going to spend some time on that while my mind is getting back into space here. I should not probably do these videos when the moon is in Pisces. I was just thinking about that. Like, these videos have been very deep this week, because I did them yesterday for the month ahead, and then today for the week ahead, and honest to goodness, deep, because my moon placement is in Pisces. Wow. Okay. Coming back. This is the energy for you to tap into the organizer for the sun in Capricorn. Sun gets into Capricorn at 5:02 a.m. on the 21st. Happy solstice. If you're in the northern hemisphere, I'm celebrating because the days are finally going to start getting longer. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you can still celebrate because, you still have a lot of sun going on. But the organizer, that is the energy of Saturn. So it is really cool because this is Sagittarius. Not Sagittarius, this is Capricorn, and it's ruled by Saturn. And it is like everything has its rightful place. And so to be successful during this Capricorn season in the arena of career, because that was really specifically what I was looking for, was Capricorn energy is about the career sector. It's about leadership and everything. So what do you need to do in order to be very successful in that career aspect of your life, that region? And it says everything has its rightful place. And so there's a need to really become very organized, to know where everything is in order to lead through this for yourself. Okay? I want to go back here for a second. There's been a lot of emphasis over the last 2 days, I've noticed, from Spirit about the inner child work. And this one has the child, it has the mother. And so we're going to talk about all of them, I just heard. No, we're going back. Okay, so we talked about the wisdom of the grandmother, right? It's all wisdom is life experience, it's knowledge, it's experience, but it's distilled into wisdom when you learn a lesson from it. It's the lessons that are learned that becomes the wisdom. It's like I've seen that before and I understand it, and so here's some guidance that comes from that. And so every time we go through life and we do quote unquote mistakes, no, it's just a learning experience where we're learning and growing. Our soul is gaining more wisdom and knowledge. So that's the grandmother. The mother is the creation energy. And we're here to create. That is what makes us alive. That is what we are, a flame, right? We are the spark of the divine love. And so what does a fire do? It burns brightly. It creates heat. It creates warmth. And sometimes, it creates destruction, but from the destruction, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, something new and beautiful will always emerge. Always. It's creation energy. It's cleansing energy. But this nurturing mother energy, you need to turn a little bit of that toward yourself, is what I'm understanding from everything I've been hearing this weekend. Spirit really wants us all to start viewing ourselves as our small self from like ages 1 to 7, or birth to 7, however you want to look at it, when our parents or whoever was the parental authority in our life at that point in time had a lot of impact on our sense of self-worth, self-esteem, self-value, our ability to feel confident and to shine. And some people were really supportive and others not so much. And so you're being asked to love yourself like a small child, that every creative thing you do, you stick it up on the refrigerator. Everything celebrated. So is it a real refrigerator that you put it on? It's up to you. Literally, when I went back to college and I got my first report card and I had A's in college, which did not happen when I went to college right out of high school, I stuck that thing up on the refrigerator just like I used to stick my kids' stuff up on the refrigerator. My son stood there and he goes, "You can't put your report card up there. That's not how that works." And he took it off and he looked at it and he goes, "Oh my God, look at these great grades. I'm so proud of you." And then he stuck it up in the refrigerator. That's what you need to do for yourself. You need to give yourself that kind of enforcement, that kind of pat on the back. Be enthusiastic. Love all the parts of you. And if you fall down and you scrape your knee, as in quote unquote making a mistake, do you yell at yourself and say, "Oh my gosh, small child, I can't believe you were running so fast, you fell on your face and now your face is all..." No, you pick yourself up and you hug yourself and you love yourself and you're like, "I will clean that up for you and I will bandage it and it's going to be okay." And you rock the child yourself and you love yourself and you nurture yourself. And so focus on all 3 parts and aspects of you. Now, it does not matter if you are male or female, because divine masculine and divine feminine energy resides in all of us. And so we're all asked to be wise, and we're all asked to be creators, and we're all asked to be nurturing of our inner child, but then we are also asked to view the world as though we are a small child. To go and explore, to run really fast and fall down and bust our knee open, to scrape ourselves up, to jump up and go, "Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I'm going to try that and try to do it better." How many times when you were a kid did you have to fall down off that bicycle before you figured out how to ride it? But did you stop? No. You wanted to go fast. You wanted to explore. You wanted to do things. Especially being a Leo, I have no doubt that you were running all over freaking everywhere and there was no tying you down to one place. And there was nothing too creative for you to get your hands onto. If you have not done anything creative in a while, do that now. Do that now. Whether it is putting together a puzzle or doodling or, oh my gosh, even just buying colored pens and using those to write in your day planner. Do something that feels creative, that feels lighthearted, that feels childlike. Get stickers and put those in your planner so that you don't dread looking in your calendar to see what's next. Do something that is creative. And the more creative you can be, the better. Because that will spark up that inner child. And then, be kind and loving to yourself. Nurture yourself. We are at 15 minutes and I haven't even started the reading. But Spirit is really verbose today. We'll try to go a little faster. So we have the moon starting out in Pisces. This is about that dream, right? Where you want to go, what do you want to create? And there's a ladder there. It looks a little rickety, so we're gonna have to figure out how to shore that up so that we can safely get to where we want to go. It's okay if we fall down a few times. It's a little rickety, but bumps and bruises, that's where the knowledge and the wisdom comes from. And so maybe you're a little afraid of heights. Maybe you're a little afraid of change, but you're going to be asked to overcome that twice this week from the looks of it. Okay, so really being willing to face your fears. The moon is going to move into Aries. That's that small child energy. That's that fiery go get it energy. That is a fellow fire sign, and I know you can feel that. And it's going to run into the energy of the father figure up there in Capricorn when the sun and Mercury's up there, and Aries is like, I want to make these changes, I want to go do this, I want to do that, and the father figure goes, well, I don't know if that's such a great idea, and Mercury's like, I don't know, do you got a plan? Don't let that stop you, because the sun is also your solar plexus and your confidence, and so you'd say, I don't necessarily have the whole plan, but I know my next step. That's it. That's all you need is next steps. Don't worry about the rest of it. So the sun gets there at 5:32 p.m. on Monday. It's there all day Tuesday and Wednesday. So digging deep for those answers. And you've got facing your fears. There is a real need to face your fears, to love yourself and to nourish yourself. It says release the power of fear. And honestly, this week just on Thursday, that's the energy of that too, releasing the fears. And so there's kind of a theme going on here. Like it's like your confidence. Okay, so fear, if you think of fear this way, is being that really darkness and you're the sun and it's like the clouds over it, and so you're not shining as brightly as you can because the cloud of fear is obscuring some of your light. And so you're being asked to blow that away. Move on. I want to shine brightly. I'm here to shine my light, the legacy of light, into the world. And you have legends. Learn from those who inspire you. And I would like to encourage you to be inspired by yourself. Be inspired by your resilience. Every time you fell down and you stood back up. Every time someone came at you and you're like, you withstood that. Every time life handed you something difficult and you looked it in the eye and you go, you don't get to tell me what to do. Every time you chose to be in your power, you're a legend. It's okay to be a legend in your own mind. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay, and it's encouraged. So be inspired by yourself, be inspiring to others, and look around for others that inspire you to be the best version of you. So figure out where that is. It is time of assessing where you are and discerning where you want to go, using your intuition and your guidance to get there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And on Thursday morning, which I think those fears are going to show up early in the day, maybe while you're sleeping. Some of you may have some bad dreams, and depending on where you are, because there's a little bit of cruddy energy right there, but it quickly moves through. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday actually has a really nice energy while the moon is in Taurus. And so that's, December 24th, 25th, and 26th. And so I'd like to take a moment to wish a Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa to those who celebrate Kwanzaa. And to those lucky few in Canada and the UK that get a whole extra day to gift give and share, well, happy Boxing Day to you. I'm not going to tell you just how a little bit jealous I am about that whole idea. That would be the small child in me. Okay, so here we go. 5:55 in the morning, 5:55 a.m., 3 5s, change. This 2021 is change. It's change, change, change. It's coming, okay? So make friends with change. But it's that healing soul change. It's an opportunity to really heal. It's an opportunity to say, go away, fear. I'm setting these clear and safe and healthy boundaries for myself. I have been asked to really emphasize the idea of using music to connect with spirit this week. High vibrational energy music. So it could be meditation music. It could be 80s dance music, frankly. It could be holiday music, something that makes your soul smile and it's happy, and use that to just allow it to cleanse the energy and shift the energy in your home, in your car, in the cells of your body. So bringing in the music this week whenever possible. And there's a need to have a little bit of willpower to set these healthy boundaries for yourself and to demand that others respect you, because we teach people how to treat us. Okay, this is the third time this card has shown up. Wait for winter. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I really believe that it's like this week because it's winter. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe at the next solstice, right? But during the colder months, the Fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes so long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. And so there's a need, in kind of like hibernating like a bear, like to pull your energy in, to nurture yourself, to love your small child, to protect yourself, to allow the seed of intention to gain strength during the resting period of winter. Even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, though, I mean, the energy of Capricorn season is kind of slow. It will really pick up come Aquarius, especially that new moon in Aquarius at Chinese New Year on February 11th. And so it could just be like over the next 6 weeks or so that you nurture your ideas, your dreams, and yourself. Because you have a new beginning coming that promises a great deal of abundance, because you have a new beginning and abundance. It doesn't take a lot of intuition to figure out what they're saying here. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby, some of you, or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby, right? Protect and nourish yourself too. But that's that energy of nurturing and bringing the strength in, and then the abundance follows. Prepare yourself, it says. Prepare yourself. And that's this nurturing energy for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks, these fears. Again, they're bringing up the fears. You've got to let the fears go. Mental blocks that you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. It's fairy deck. Here, releasing the fears. Really, really pushing forward on that idea. You know, when you have a fearful reaction, your blood system picks up all these hormones that are released. You know, the fight or flight thing, right? Those stress hormones become the soup that your body cells live in. And they receive all this negative energy and input. And that's why it's good to find the joy and the happiness and be creative, so that now you're bringing in the positive hormones, the ones, the serotonin and the dopamine and the oxytocin, and I mean the ones that your body produces, okay? But these hormones that heal and repair from the inside out and allow you to truly glow, and you literally will shine out. That's what joy does for you. So allow that to happen. I gotta say though, when we get to that moon in Gemini, so for you that is happening in your 11th house of groups and public arena and your goals, it's time to focus. Focus on what you want to transform in your life. Focus on what really matters to you. It's time to focus. There will again be that little conversation going on up there with Mercury that rules the moon. But the moon is also going to come into conjunction over the next couple of days with the North Node. And so the North Node is where we're aiming for, where we're headed. And it's about being curious and being willing to move into a direction. And so it's going to take focus. It's going to take organization. It's going to be tapping into your wisdom and healing your inner child. There's a lot of work that goes into nurturing the seed of an idea that you have. You're being asked to focus on the here and now. This is that releasing your fears, your anxieties, the negative self-talk, and the things that don't serve you, right? Letting that stuff go. So stay in the here and now, and also you have think before you judge. And I got a couple things from this. One, judging other people is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. And so when you're not liking something about someone else, when you're finding fault with them, that means you still have more inner child work to do, healing. And then don't judge yourself because you're learning and growing. And I find that the easiest thing for me, the hardest part for me was accepting me and loving me and healing that. That was the hard part. And once I did that, it's like if I can accept that I'm human because I expect so much of myself, then when I look out at every bit else, I'm like, oh, they're just learning and growing too. And I don't have to hang out with you through your process if what you're doing is damaging to me. I am allowed to have healthy boundaries. But I don't think you're a bad person. You're just not the vibrational energy that I want in my space. That doesn't make you bad. That means you're learning and you're growing, and I am going to send you love, and I am going to wish the best for you, but I'm on a path, and hanging on to this relationship with this negative energy is slowing me down. That's what cutting cords is about. So release yourself. Allow yourself to be. It's called feather. Allow yourself to be light as a feather. Like, I'm not judging anyone. I'm not judging myself. I'm not judging you. And all this makes you light as a feather and allows you to elevate. Judgment weighs you down. So release the judgments and allow yourself to raise to the next vibrational energy. You can do that. That's kind of exciting. All right, Leo, I will see you hopefully for Moon Tonight Live. I would love to connect with you that way. So stop on by at 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Mondays. And then hopefully, you'll take a look at that Discovering Your Destiny course and see if it's for you. And if it is, send me an email so we can get you all signed up. And, no matter what, have a great week. Really enjoy yourself and nurture that inner child and release the negative energies around you. Oh, and over that Moon and Taurus time when we're like all hanging out with families one way or another, virtually or whatever, there might be a tendency because of some of the energy for a little triggering of, how you're all of a sudden 13 again when you go home. That's just wounding that needs to be healed. And it's okay to notice it. Try not to react to it, but just take a deep breath, blow it out, release it. And then later when you're by yourself, think, okay, why did that trigger me? Because this is where you can distill knowledge into wisdom. And you'll be like, oh, no, that's not me anymore. That's not my story. And actually, it probably never was your story. It was just the one imposed on you. You get to write your own story. You get to be who you are. Okay? All right, you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.